Alright, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're alive, folks. What is up, everyone? It is your boy Shazman21, and welcome to another episode of Been a minute. Weeb Talk. Episode 22. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Been a fat minute since I've done a Weeb Talk episode, man. It's been like a month, 2 months. I don't know how long, but it's been a good minute. Just been kind of chilling with life and stuff. Got some like interesting projects coming out, which I will mention here in a minute. And also, I kind of had to get like a little cleaned up because pretty soon your boy Shazman21 is actually gonna be graduating really soon. So I gotta make sure I'm looking good, especially for graduation and all types of nice little upcoming events. So I gotta make sure I'm looking dicey and good. You know what I'm saying? So also trying to get my skin right. Trying to make sure I don't have bumps everywhere. I think I'm doing okay with myself. Been doing a little skincare for a bit, so I'm still glowing and stuff. I'm still glowing up, as you can kind of see. I am always evolving. I don't know what type of juice I was trying to pull off there, but hey, it is what it is. And as a matter of fact, before we get into today's topic, which will be most likely just talking about like some cinematic universes here and there, and just going some shenanigans. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this whole smozzing, because shout out to my best friend in the whole entire world. Hold on a second. We're back, folks. But yeah, me and my best friend been talking about who's been the biggest smozzer, and you know what? I'll admit, guys, unfortunately, I've been the smozzer the whole time. Yeah, I've been fooling you guys to think that it was him, but no, it was really me. I've been doing all this the whole entire time just to really get at his, head a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to say this to you, man, but yeah, I really am a smozzer. Psych! No! You are the biggest sponsor ever, because I can always say, no matter what, this little son of a gun is always a smozzer, no matter what. If you have played with my best friend even before, I will definitely tell you that he is the biggest smozzer ever. I have video evidence of him being a smozzer. Check it out on my TikTok, because he be smozzing all the time, and I got even more coming up of the smozziness that he be on. Until he admits to himself that he is the biggest smozzer ever. Especially paying 8,000 blood money to a referee to not count my pinfall. And on top of that, working with Roman Reigns in the bloodline. That's crazy, yo. But still, yeah. I'll admit that I'm a smozzer. Now, I am the greatest gamer ever. So, I always keep it respectful. And I always, keep going. Because, I'm a warrior. I don't deal with nonsense little cheats like Eric. But all love to him, but still, you're smozzer. We all know you are. And then also some future episodes I might probably talk about, which would be some representations and a little bit of relationships here and there. My personal favorite relationships as well. I would say for example, what I grew up with was the likes of Mary Jane and Peter Parker back in the day. And just loving their relationship, are also Danny Phantom and Sam. I think that's her name, Sam. And Kim Possible and is it Sam again, or is it Smith or Josh? I forgot. I forgot the dude's name, but he was cool. Those kind of relationships I really like. So I definitely want to speak a little bit more into that, and just how it kind of shaped me into what type of relationship I low-key want and possibly need. And it's most likely something that's going to allude to some type of alternate goth girl, whatever. I don't even know. But anyways, I'm saving that for another episode. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started in tonight's topic. And that is, we're going to start off with one. The current comic run of Spider-Man. Oh, I got a lot to say about that. It has been, it's been pissing me off. Mortal Kombat 12 prediction, because I know these past few weeks I've been kind of obsessed with the Mortal Kombat, series and stuff. It's been a minute, but I definitely got a lot of things to say about that. The possible video game cinematic universe, since like Super Mario Bros. Movies, the one that just like came out is out now, and it, from what I've heard from a lot of people, is actually really really good. I'm definitely gonna check it out. But it's also like kind of like making me think about, because like there's already Detective Pikachu. Pikachu. There's this. Oh my god, it's been a minute. There's Detective Pikachu. Then there's the Sonic series, and now the Super Mario Bros. Movies. Like I think it's gonna like allude to some type of cinematic universe. Like I'm excited for the video game version of that. Like that's gonna be freaking awesome. Like imagine like the collaboration with Sonic, Mario, and Pikachu, and maybe even like Link would be a good addition to it. I'm trying to think. Snake. It doesn't matter which version. You can try Naked Snake, aka Big Boss, or Solid Snake. You can try either. Raiden might work, or Raiden, I should say. And just a few more. But anyways, I'll get into that in a minute. Anime Cinematic Universe. I think that one would be kind of obvious with the big threes and stuff. Definitely want to get into a little bit more with that. This one's a little fun to do, but like who in the main cast of DBZ would represent the Benders and Avatar: The Last Airbender? You know what I'm saying? Like just to have a little bit of fun with it. Possibly going to a con eventually at some point. Like I'm thinking about going to DreamCon, where RDC World 1, really great group of creators that have done like a lot for the YouTube community, and especially the anime and stuff. They made their like own like con, I think out in Texas. So I want to like be able to one day give it a try and check it out. Vibe with RDC World 1. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be fun. Or any Comic Cons here and there. We'll see. What I would be watching and playing for this year, and then the last one would be the teasers for some good stuff to come. And I mean some really, really good stuff to come. So, anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's episode of Weeb Talk. Starting with the current comic run of Spider-Man. So, from what I've heard, it's ass. It's like completely ass. And the writer, do I really want to say his name? Honestly, no, I really don't want to. I not want to give this man any type of credit considering what he's been doing with the whole run. So basically, to sum this up, the Amazing Spider-Man run, I guess they're still going with it. Like there's 25 issues. It's not been looking good for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It really hasn't. And on top of that, they've been bastardizing the whole relationship between Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Oh my god, it is like super freaking infuriating of just how much the writers or whoever just don't care about their character, especially Spider-Man. Like for some reason, like no matter what, like in any other situation, like him winning in life, like anything, they just want to like stifle him so much. Whereas like, oh no, he's doing so well, let's actually make him miserable. It's like, what the fuck? It's so stupid. And then like there's something like reruns on that too, and then always like retconning the whole relationship with Mary Jane and Peter Parker. And don't get me started on that Sid's brother, or whatever you want to call it. The original Sids were apparently Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, was sleeping with Gwen Stacy. You know what? I'm not gonna go any further. I hated that so much. It was ridiculous. Anyways, never mind that. I remember when they did like a retcon where they literally made a deal with the devil to like not do anything with their relationship. Like they were planning to get married, and then they retconned that. And it seems like they're doing the same thing again. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. And then on top of that, like Peter Parker is out here getting like, what was it? Being destroyed by, lower tier thugs. Like this is the Tombstone or whatever. I forgot. It's Tombstone Head, whatever you not. That's not Head. Tombstone. I think I said his name right. Somehow, not only when he was getting like his butt whooping, he was pleading for his life. It was a lot, and then apparently with Mary Jane, she's on that. I really hate to say this because she's actually one of my most like favorite, girl characters in the Marvel universe. Besides like Black Cat and a few others too. Miss Marvel before she became Captain Marvel, Storm and Jean Grey, Rogue. What the heck was that girl's? The one that shit. Oh, God, what? I didn't. I didn't get back to Zack's because Kitty Pryde, yeah, Kitty Pryde, yeah, Kitty Pryde and Juggernaut, whatever. Anyways, back to Spider-Man. just to keep it there. Just for some reason they made Mary Jane like a hoe, man, like HOE. Like she pretty much was sleeping with another person because her sleeping with Spider-Man is apparently too dangerous and it's so stupid. But I guess it's because they want to reference a whole story about like when Peter and Mary Jane did the deed and then Mary Jane died or whatever. It's so infuriating. It's like, can they just let their character just have a little bit of peace and happiness? You could give that to any other Marvel characters and also DC characters, but you can't even give that to Spider-Man? It's so stupid because, like, again, I grew up with Spider-Man since I was a child. Shit, I was like, what? A toddler when the first Spider-Man came around and stuff, and I have the tattoos to prove it too. Like, I've been a long time Spider-Man fan since the movies, since the games, and just with everything. And the fact that they're ruining him in the comic books is so infuriating. It's so stupid. It's like, how is it that the MCU gets Peter Parker Spider-Man right? Oh, also the game too also gets the character right and respects his legacy, but for some reason comic books are not? Oh God. Ugh. It really, really does infuriate me because I'm like, why? Why do you do this? Like, what is up with these writers that just be out here just doing the most with characters like Spider-Man? Just let him just, grow as a character. Like, just let him have some moment of peace. Or heck, if you guys want to like make it like a little bit more, complex, okay. Don't ruin it by, trying to like subvert him to be like a teenager or whatever. Because if you want that, I don't know, pick Miles Morales, who is, keen and bred to like, be the next young Spider-Man, whatever. Like, come on. If you're going to have that, just have Miles Morales. Like, holy snaps. Like, let Peter Parker actually grow as a character. It's funny because, like, Nightwing, right? That's my favorite character too. Oh, I love Nightwing. Oh man, I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with him at some point. Yeah, like Nightwing, for example. Dick Grayson. Y'all remember him as, the first Robin. Like, he was the best Robin thus far, you know what I'm saying? And like, he was the first Robin, right? At some point, the character actually grows and then he becomes his own person, becoming Nightwing, and mind you, staying as Nightwing the entire time. There was never need of a retcon of the character. Maybe if you want to count some few comic books here and there, or maybe even a show. But for the shows, even though I personally love it, it's like, it's its own thing. But all I'm saying is, like, in the comics, Nightwing has just stayed Nightwing. He didn't revert back to Robin. He didn't revert back to anything. He's just Nightwing. Or sometimes, Agent Grayson or whatever. It's just, how is it that Nightwing can actually grow as a character and stay growing as a character, mind you, but Peter Parker, the quintessential, face of Marvel. Oh, excuse me. The quintessential face of Marvel isn't growing as a character. That is so stupid. I hate it. I hate when they're doing to like Spider-Man. It's so ridiculous. In the comic run though, but honestly, I'm glad that actually, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing pretty good with them. In fact, they're gonna be doing like a fourth installment of the MCU Spider-Man, which wow, it really has been a minute. Let me try this again. What they're doing with Spider-Man, especially with his current iteration, with the fourth installment coming in, Spectacular Spider-Man, that's what it's called. Like, that's from what I've heard. I'm really excited to see what happens because, like, Tom Holland's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he's like made like Spider-Man just like so awesome, and just like the fact that he's also low-key real-life Spider-Man as well, which is really cool too. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just so cool, man, that they're still able to do that. And then, oh man, No Way Home, man. No Way Home was good, man. It was a good movie. The fact that like it respected every installment from the first, Spider-Man, which is Tobey Maguire. You can argue me in the comments all you want that, it's really like MCU, but no. Who made, MCU like really like have its like initial start? Yes, I will also acknowledge Blade doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put them all in the same category because they both had an impact in the MCU. It was the Blade trilogy and the Spider-Man trilogy, and also the Fantastic Four-ish had its moment too. But the biggest was our Blade trilogy and Spider-Man. They had like the biggest moment. And the fact that they showed love, care, and respect to that, and also the Amazing Spider-Man, even though I don't necessarily like it sometimes, because of reasons. Like, second one was okay, first one was alright, but like, I don't know, it wasn't really my movie, but like MCU is a different story. But all I'm saying is like the fact that they still show a level of love, care, and respect to these characters, and they don't have to like just do something stupid by regressing them in character or whatnot. There's like so much that can happen. Heck, MCU Spider-Man Tom Holland was going through a lot. He was going through a lot, especially when like, spoilers if you haven't watched No Way Home, which you guys should be watching it. Like, I don't know why you are not, but go ahead, like, do that. When Aunt May died in the movie, all hell broken loose. Like, literally. At the end, like, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, was about to kill the Green Goblin for what he had done. It was so... I was, like, just, like, waiting for that to happen, low-key, but... I don't know, it's just, like, what's going on? I said spoilers, Mom. I said spoilers. You better watch it. Like, I just warned you. You could have just had your... Anyway, shout out to my mom. Oh god, what is this episode, man? What is this episode? Anyways, let me focus. Let me focus. Okay. So right after the whole situation that went down and No Way Home and stuff, then having to like stop to like not actually murder the dude, although it would have been nice to see, but it is what it is. Then Toby got caught lacking somehow by that asshole, but hey, Green Goblin is still an amazing villain. I will still like the smoziness that the guy does. Although I will not put him over Mojo Jojo. And the reason why I will say that, I will save it for another time, because I will definitely say Mojo Jojo is the best villain ever. And I dare anyone to say that, but Dario's there, but any hints of random villain is a little bit better. Okay, so what did Mojo Jojo... You know what? I'm going to say that. You know what? This time around, I'm going to hit you guys with the find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, because I am not telling you what's going to happen. But anyways, let's get back on topic. Yeah, the universe starts to like reset itself, and I think it's because Doctor Strange does that whatever stuff, and he gives like one wish to him to like have everyone not remember Peter Parker unfortunately existing. And man, that ending, bro, it was bittersweet, but it was so good. And then like it gave new opportunities for the character to grow as a person, and I cannot wait to see what happens, because he started off with everything and then lost everything, and he's gonna have to like live with that for pretty much the rest of his life and stuff. And the fact that they still kept it like that, and they didn't have to bastardize him in any sort of way. Like, come on, dude. Like, anyways, if you guys are going to be reading the comics, don't do it. There's plenty of better comics. Hell, even DC has better comics runs than this shit that's going on. So hopefully next time when they do like the whole, comic run of Spider-Man, they better have a better writer that actually respects the character and doesn't bastardize him in just the stupidest way possible. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say before I end up like losing my mind over the stupidness of what has happened to one of my most favorite characters growing up. And anyways, that's all I gotta say before I, cuss anymore. And then what's funny is too, before I go do anything, the writer itself, like himself, apparently Marvel is like telling him, "Hey, don't go to cons because like the Spider-Man fans are not gonna have it. They're gonna probably throw hands." So it's a good thing that he ain't gonna be going to comics anytime soon, or the cons or whatever. Because let's just say if we know who it is, we ain't gonna be kicking his ass for what he did to Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and the whole bullshit. I'm on a roll here. I really am. Anyways, that's all I gotta say before I start losing everything because of the fact that one writer just sucks ass and he's an incompetent piece of garbage. Anyways, back to another topic here. Let's go ahead and talk about Mortal Kombat 12 prediction. So, NetherRealm Studio is celebrating their 30-year anniversary of one of the most iconic video games of all time. And you already know what it means. Mortal Kombat! I won't go too crazy on there because, like, for some reason that could be somehow copyright. But, anyways, all I'm going to say is I've been, like, low-key, like, obsessing over, like, the lores and stuff about, like, the Mortal Kombat series all the way from, like, MK1 all the way up to, of course, now MK11. And since I grew up mostly with, like, the 3D era, so, like, from Mortal Kombat 4 all the way up to Armageddon. So 4 Deadly Alliance, Deception. 4 Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon. I think I got that right. Yeah. I think that's how it goes. I might have messed up the order there, but like, I just couldn't. I've been like kind of just like obsessing it over on YouTube by good content creators that have been like talking about like the Mortal Kombat series and stuff, and I couldn't help but just be intrigued about just like the lores of the story, and especially like the characters too. Oh man, it was like enriched with just a lot of like good stuff too. And then also just looking at like Mortal Kombat 11 and how it has some goods and plenty of bads and just all types of stuff. And even though I don't really want to talk about relationships, I do want to say the Jade and Kotal Khan thing, it's okay. I think the execution could have been done a little better, but otherwise, I don't mind the relationship. I think that it could have been alluded to, but it is what it is. Of course, my favorite Mortal Kombat character is actually Liu Kang, so like him and Katana doing their thing is still my favorite thing, if you know what I'm saying. But or also Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, of course. Oh, God, it sucks that they killed her off, like the future version. I was like, really? You gonna kill off Sonya Blade? Like, what the fuck? But anyways, just so many interesting stuff going on too, and then like looking back at like the 3D era too, you know what I'm saying? of like characters like Shujinko, you know, with the whole like conquest mode going on. And for some reason, people have said that he's like the most incompetent character, but yeah, he's, you know, maybe a little like aloof sometimes, but like he did make up for his mistake. But for some reason, people are making it look like, oh, Shujinko did something so bad. This is a down character or down bad character. But it's like, hold up. Raiden has like messed up, you know, Earth Realm. Scorpion has messed up Earth Realm. Sub-Zero has. And even though Liu Kang's my boy, he does mess up sometimes a little bit by dying all the time. But otherwise, it's just like, Shujinko's cool. Like, just don't slander that boy's name, alright? Yes, he might be a little gullible, but whatever. He's Shujinko. Like, he's cool. And speaking of which, like, his, you know, I would say counterpart as far as, like, antagonist goes, but, like, you know, the Dragon King Onaga. Before Shao Kahn did his thing where he would shoulder block you, hit you with a whole hammer in the face, and saying, you suck so many times. Before him, there was a whole Dragon King doing the absolute most. And I mean the absolute most. Out here like raising the dead and doing the most too, and also saying you suck while beating you down too. So yeah, it's awesome. And like, I think that character has been like, you know, widely asked for a while to like come back and has been alluded to for quite some time. I think in MK12, I think he's gonna like make an appearance. I hope so, because like even though I like Shao Kahn, especially as a villain, oh my god, he's just awesome and so infuriating to try to beat. Like it's so awesome. I wish we could have villains like that where it's just like they just not only like pummel you down and make you feel like crap, they make it even worse by saying you suck to your face. I want that type of villain that's just like saying, oh yeah, you fucking suck. You know, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, sympathetic villains are cool, but come on now. Like, I like them, but they need to have a little bit of edge. They gotta be more of a dick. That's kind of the point of being a villain, is that you're an asshole. And like, they are, but they're like, I really don't want to do this. Like, I really am a good guy. And the thing is, they are, and they're sweetie. But I really want someone that's just a downright bastard. And that's the thing about Shao Kahn and Green Goblin and everyone else, is that they are a bastard. But anyways, I digress. So from what I've heard about like Mortal Kombat 12 Aftermath, it depends on how they want to do this ending. Shang Tsung becomes, you know, the only Titan, rules everything, has like a whole apocalyptic future, you know, with like, you know, Fujin and Raiden as his like pawn to, you know, conquer all the realms, because they already did like Earth Realm, Outworld, and I guess Sedania. Well, then again, they're kind of, anyways, they're out here just conquering realms and stuff. And the last thing that they're now gonna do is go into like Order and Chaos realms, which will have like Hotaru in the Order realm, and what the heck is that? Just Havoc. I think that's his name. Havoc. Yes, the one from the Chaos Realm that does the most, has that like skull peeling thing going on right here from his nose and his mouth here. Havoc, yeah, he's the same dude, but he's basically Deadpool if you think about him better like that. But yeah, that happened, and then there's also like the Fire God Liu Kang ending where he goes back to I think it was 500 years before Mortal Kombat, where he meets Kung Lao, or at this point, you know, well, actually, he meets the Great Kung Lao, but at the time, he was just known as just Kung Lao, because he hasn't became the Great Kung Lao yet. And the Great Kung Lao is also the ancestor of, you know, the Kung Lao, the one with the hat and stuff, who I like too. Like, Kung Lao's cool. I just wish they just stop killing him off so many damn times, but we'll see about that. But honestly, I think they might probably gonna go with the ending, or they'll probably do like a thing where it's like they do like the Choose Your Destiny, kind of like what they did with Aftermath, but in the start of the story. That'd be kind of cool. And the reason why I said all that is because like NetherRealm Studio just released a trailer for I guess what's potentially going to be Mortal Kombat 12. And of course, they started with like the thank you and the gratitude for the series and stuff, which is awesome because I love Mortal Kombat. I love just the fact that it subverts expectations and also pissing off parents at the time. Man, back in the 90s, like of course I didn't exist in the 90s, obviously, but like you know somehow back in the 90s, a lot of parents really didn't like Mortal Kombat. Didn't like the fact that it was like a little too overtly sexualized, and on top of that, it was violent gores and all types of fun stuff, and they were trying to ban it all together because it was ruining the kids. Meanwhile, we have some like bullshit going on with people with actual guns out here. Just, anyways, I'll talk about that another time. But besides that, yeah, Mortal Kombat series has been like doing its thing and stuff. So I hope it continues to do its thing. And speaking of which, we're going. Excuse me, sorry. I might need a drink after this, but yeah. In the trailer, it shows like the sad of the hourglass. I think that was called, where they started doing this thing. Then there was like that one single like sad that just like explodes, alluding to something crazy that's gonna happen. And my prediction is it's most likely going to be it's one last rerun. So whatever ends up happening, whether or not it's gonna be the Shang Tsung ending happening, maybe Liu Kang and Katana ending, or even Liu Kang's whole situation with Kung Lao and stuff. It could be all of it at once, and then like this could be like that one change where it just like completely kapoosh. So what I'm predicted here is like we're probably gonna have like a lot of multiple chapters in each story that's gonna like focus a lot from the past to present, possibly the future, and just having things just like go crazy. Or they might probably play it safe and just like do a whole rerun and just go from straight from like beginning all the way up to whatever conclusion that they need to happen. And hopefully this time they actually have a conclusive ending because fortunately the Mortal Kombat series can kind of have its issues with actually having a definitive ending, because I think like Armageddon was supposed to be a definitive ending, but then they retconned that to have like this is in Mortal Kombat 9, because originally Taven was supposed to be the one that ends Armageddon or whatnot, but then MK9 changed it up to like have Shao Kahn win, which was really random, but it is what it is. Starting from like MK9 to MK11, a lot of like stuff happens, and even like the whole stuff with Sindel that honestly I would say, wow, they really did the character completely dirty. Like I'm really surprised they did that, but I'll talk about that another time. But still, like, just it was a bit of a mess at times. It had a bit of a cohesive story, but there was like so many misses, even in MK9, which is like one of my most favorite Mortal Kombat games ever. It's just like the story, it was almost flawless, but there was like so many issues too that was going on. Again, back to Sindel, killing off all the characters in there just in one fell swoop. That one was a little wild, but I don't know. It was just crazy, but hopefully this time with like MK12, they actually have like a beginning, middle, and end, and just like have a whole cohesive storyline. Weave it. And heck, if they want to like make it even more bigger, you can get up to that. You guys start off, simple, and then you just get more crazier and crazier afterwards. That's kind of like how the MCU started, actually. We started off simple, and then it went to Endgame. So we started from like, of course, Iron Man, and then Avengers Endgame. It's a completely different movie. You know what I'm saying? Because with Iron Man, it's like it starts off with the basis of what's gonna happen the next movie every single time. I'm wondering if Mortal Kombat might probably do that, starting with like the whole beginning with like the Great Kung Lao, and then we'll see what they'll do with the ending. Maybe they might bring back Armageddon. Maybe they might not. Who knows? I'm more excited to see what's gonna happen. I hope like some of my characters are gonna be there. They probably are, but since I think they're probably gonna start off more in the beginning, we're gonna be seeing like their ancestors. So that's gonna be fun. Like Liu Kang's ancestor, maybe, but most likely not. We'll just go with Kung Lao. Maybe Johnny Cage's ancestor. Sonya Blade, maybe. Kano, probably. I would also say Raiden might be there, human form ish, or whatever. And then, like, for the villains, I would like to see maybe Onaga making a an appearance. I would like to see that because he's been in high demands for a very long time. So they might do that. Maybe have Shang Tsung in there, maybe in some weird ways, maybe, or some new villain characters that is actually more compelling than whatever they did with MK11 with Cortana, you know, being the main villain and stuff, and just out of nowhere, just literally came out of nowhere. But anyways, all I'm gonna say is like shit is about to go down. So hopefully, in my prediction, we're probably gonna end up, you know, having some type of episodical stuff going on, starting with like, you know, the beginning. Then we might have like a crazy middle and whatever end that they decide to do. Hopefully a definitive end so that they don't have to like continuously, you know, reboot the timeline. Just keep it consistent. But we'll see. Speaking of which, how are we doing in time? Okay, we're doing it. Okay. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get started on the possibilities of video game cinematic universe. Oh god. Where's back? As a matter of fact, let me catch a break real quick, guys. Hold on a second. Alright, back. I just need to take a water break real quick. Because now we got some more stuff coming in. And then, like, we'll kind of, like, you know, dimble down a little bit. But I hope you guys are enjoying this episode here. Where I just, again, ramble on about a lot of good stuff. Because why the fuck not? Anyways, yeah. What we're talking about? Oh, yeah. The possibility of the video game cinematic universe, or VGCU. Now, for this one's gonna be pretty ambiguous and very, very, very like ambitious too, because like you could go with a lot of things with this. And since Super Mario Bros. Movie has like already came out, and from what I've heard, it is really, really good. So I might probably check that one out at some point. So we'll see. And like I said, you know, Detective Pikachu and the Sonic series is like starting to come in pretty good. And I'm starting to think, I'm wondering if this is going to lead into something. Like at some point, it's going to lead into some type of like collaboration. Or maybe in the next movie, if they're going to ever do it, they might do like a Legend of Zelda thing. Maybe. They might probably pull a whole, you know, characters from like the, you know, the PlayStation era or the Xbox era. You never know. Or the Nintendo era. Like, I guess I already mentioned Link, so we could probably have like Link, Ganondorf, and maybe a few other characters on there. The Falcon series with Captain Falcon and his thing. Like, that could be pretty cool. Maybe the Star Fox. Whoa! Yes! They should definitely do a movie with Star Fox and possibly Captain Falcon. That one would be super cool. I might watch that. Yo, that's gonna be awesome. And since they're gonna do something like a little similar, like, you know, the Super Smash Bros, maybe like bring in some like characters here and there. Maybe yeah. Bring in some like few more Nintendo characters. Because you already got Mario and Luigi. You could probably even bring in Mario and Waluigi and stuff. And I think just what I would like to see for this one is just like have this like overarching like villain where he's like causing like some like ripples in the time space, or not even just like that, but just like causing some issues going on with like, you know, different worlds and stuff, and just like try to conquer them all. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. And just having all the characters from the video game series, especially if we're gonna be doing like Nintendo and Sega and all them, like just have the best of the characters in there, just like go at like one specific villain or villains, and then like have like this epic climactic battle. That'd be really cool. Or Fire Emblem. Oh yeah, speaking of which, they should definitely do a Fire Emblem movie. Maybe we'll see. I know it's an RPG game, but like it'll be nice to see how they will do like a, you know, little animation movie of that. That'd be nice. I might pay for that one. But yeah, just having like a character that could like really like glue things together like a definitive villain, and maybe even like if you want to add like a hero that tried to like fight against that particular villain but failed, and has to like recruit all these characters to like fight against this thing, kind of like what I'm doing with Save the Fictional Verse on my TikTok, where I have this certain character that does all this, where he recruits characters from different fictional verse, to fight against the unknown being that's out here terrorizing the whole fictional verse or whatnot. Like something like that. That'd be really cool. And just having some crossovers with characters and have them maybe fight here and there, but then like, they realize the real villain is out there somewhere, and just like building it up. Like that's the thing I love about the FCU, is like they actually build up, the villains and stuff. They build up Thanos, and he turned out to be a good villain too. So like it would just be awesome to see, that happening in like a possible video game cinematic universe. And also, speaking of which, I think I'm gonna just probably like put these kind of together because it's a cinematic universe really, but like anime cinematic universe like ACU. Oh my god, yo, ACU, yo, anime cinematic universe, and you can pick any anime characters. Hey, we could even just start off simple. The big three, Dragon Ball. Well, actually, yeah, we'll put Dragon Ball Z up here. But like the biggest three: Bleach. Oh, what was it? Oh, One Piece and Naruto. Just having these, stories like combined together. Ooh, imagine Luffy meeting Ichigo and also Naruto. That would be sick. Sasuke meeting Zoro and also Udio would be cool. Just, you got so many good opportunities. Heck, you can even bring in My Academia, Black Clover, or what else? I guess Attack on Titan to a certain extent. I guess you could do that. One Punch Man could work, absolutely. Overlord might work. You never know. Maybe not. I don't know. That'd be awesome. But that might work. Dragon Ball Z, obviously, because you might need Goku for this one. So you definitely do. Maybe even bring in some like old anime stars from, the 90s and early 2000s. Like who else? Sanzo and the gang might be a good addition to it. From Sayuki. Oh, what else? Trigun could work. Trigun could definitely work. Cowboy Bebop. Ooh, that could work. Spike Spiegel and Goku and maybe like a few other character interaction would be kind of cool. This is more modern, but I'm just gonna bitch it, even though I don't necessarily care about it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you can add that however you want, but like, to me, it's like it's there but not there, and I don't know. You could like have plenty of possibilities of like having different stories integrated with each other, and then again, just like how I mentioned about like the video game cinematic universe, where it has to have like a compelling villain that is like tying all this together. I believe that's what's gonna happen with if they were to do like an anime cinematic universe, is to build up a certain character that's out here like causing some time issues with the whole anime stories. That would be insane. Like, think about it. That would be cool. Like having like, say for example, in the Dragon Ball series, where it's like originally Goku was supposed to, let's say, defeat the Red Ribbon Army, but instead somehow he ends up getting defeated and killed. And you gotta like fix that timeline somehow, so it's actually the correct one. Now that one is gonna be kind of confusing, so like we'll see. But you know what I'm saying. Like there's like plenty of possibilities you could add to that, or Jump Force, where they kind of did something similar, but it kind of failed in its like approach to it. So I would say, yeah, just plenty of like good stories you could like pull through for that and like have a compelling villain, do the absolute most in either cinematic universe. So yeah, that's pretty much yeah, absolutely. Because I'm thinking too, because like this was a little confusing. Because again, this is like just some jot out ideas, but I think it might work. I think that's what the video game cinematic universe is probably gonna do, and I really do hope that that'll be kind of like follows up at some point with that, like have the characters actually have some interaction here and there. That'd be kind of cool. But if not, with anime, it's like I'm cool if they don't do that. But it would be interesting if they could tackle a little bit of like the cinematic universe. It'll just be awesome to see that, like all of, like of our favorite characters from the video games or even animes, coming together to fight one bad or all the bad guys. But there's like one that's like controlling it all. That'd be awesome to see, like Thanos, but like more, I guess, more eviler, or however you want to do the cinematic universe villains for each series. From the video game and anime and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's just like I would just like to see that, because like again, that's the reason why like the MCU got so successful, is because like they build up such like such a compelling arc. So it would just be awesome to see how the video games can also be able to do that, and also the anime can do that if they want to. Again, for the anime one, I'm gonna put like a hyphenation, because like they really don't have to do this. They really don't have to do this. But if they do it, I would just like to see how they build up like the relations with like each characters and stuff. Like it'll be awesome to see. So, yeah. What you think, Mom? Would you be interested to see how the video game and the anime would like tackle the cinematic universe, kind of like how Marvel have like done it with the MCU?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool, because you would have different mediums to experience the story, which would give it more depth.
Yep. Like I mentioned from like because like the video game one is like that one. I would like to see like Detective Pikachu and the Sonic series of the now the new movie with the Super Mario Bros. Do their like crossovers. I would like to also see the anime version, which would be like the big three and like a few more few more stories that could like integrate, and even some of the old stories too, also integrating in like the story too, like the Gundams to then like My Hero Academia too, or and all this other good stuff. It'll be really interesting.
They have a couple of games like that, don't
They do. It's just that what I'm saying is it in the movie aspect.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
That would be awesome to see, because like that's the reason why the MCU is like so good.
Yep.
So like I hope that they do that again, like especially with the anime. I would love to see that again. The reason why I hyphenate that, because like I don't think they're gonna ever do that, but if they do, I hope that they like nail it right.
If they did, it would be cool.
It would be, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Would you want to see a cinematic universe tackle like, with the video game, the anime? Heck, we can even like do like the graphic novels too. Like that'd be kind of cool. Or the fantasy world. Lord of the Rings and Skyrim might do. You never know. So yeah, just let me know, guys. Like, how would you do like your own like cinematic universe in any sort of way that's a little similar to the MCU, but like do it in your own way? Or Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons cinematic universe. Think about that. That one might slap. I ain't gonna lie. So, man, so many possibilities with a cinematic universe, man. Like, that's crazy. But that's the point. Like, it'll be awesome to see how they would tackle all these things. And it's giving me a great idea on what I'm going to do for my stories, too. Because I might probably create a whole cinematic universe, too. In case everyone doesn't know, I'm also a writer, too. So I have, like, some stories written on Amazon. So I would suggest you guys should definitely check it out. I'll leave some in the description to, let you guys, check out and stuff on Amazon Kindle, I think. And I do got some, like, more stories planning on going. I'm I'm still working on Middle Nowhere, so I'm gonna get that like finished and published hopefully this year, and then like just a few more stories. That's gonna be like a bit of a tie into like the main stories and probably a prequel sequel to that. But anyways, I'm rambling on too long. Let's go ahead and go into like some things that are a little like less chaotic, you know, with the cinematic universe, MK12, and whoever was writing the whole story about Spider-Man. I still want them hands. So let's go ahead and give it light here. So for the next topic here, it's who in the main cast of Dragon Ball Z or DBZ represents the benders in the Avatar: The Last Airbender. So we'll go ahead and keep it light with the characters. You know, maybe like have like 5 or 6. So of course, you know, we should definitely add Goku, Vegeta, Gohan in there. We could definitely add Krillin, Piccolo, Trunks, maybe. No, I'm gonna add like maybe just a few more. Tien and Ulog maybe, or something. I don't know. But let's go ahead and just start off with Goku and Vegeta. So for that, it would be so for Goku as a bender, like especially if we're gonna be taking the Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a good series by the way. So please actually check that out. And also, if you guys want to, you could guys check out Legend Korra. I'm unfortunately not going to because I don't know. I'm just not feeling Legend Korra to be honest. But still, definitely check them both out. Like I heard that Legend Korra is still pretty good. It's just like I don't. I'm not really interested in that story or the character. Like it's just it doesn't like work with me. But otherwise, we'll just go with Avatar: Last Airbender. So for Goku, honestly, I would put him like classify as an Avatar because like he has he has mastered like a lot of like cool stuff, but I feel like he kind of works more as an Airbender, kinda, but also like I don't know, he just kind of does work as an Airbender, but he has the potential of becoming an Avatar, so we could definitely do that. Vegeta, for him, not water, firebender. Oh, that'd be awesome. Vegeta as a firebender, yes, absolutely, yes. That fits very, very perfectly. Yeah, you know what? I ain't gonna say much on that. Vegeta as a firebender, awesome. Gohan. I'm kind of thinking about putting him either as a waterbender or a airbender. I don't know, cause like the thing about Gohan is like he always has potential. Heck, a lot more potential than we give him credit for. But like, yeah, Gohan. Oh, this one's tough, cause he can be either or both. Maybe both. He could be both air and a waterbender. That could work. Maybe that work. But his primary one might be airbender, but he might sneak in a little waterbending stuff. You never know. That'd be kind of cool. Who else I mentioned? I think I mentioned Krillin, right? Airbender, easily. I don't think I need to add anything else other than, yes, Krillin is clearly an airbender, so I ain't gonna add too much onto that. So, yeah, we'll definitely put him on that. Piccolo. Ooh, Piccolo. Huh. I feel like he works as an earthbender. I feel like he works best as an earthbender. Because the thing about Piccolo is, like, he's always, like, a hard person to, not teach, of course. Like, he teaches in a hard way. Kind of like Toph, who taught Egg how to toughen up. So, like, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, definitely. Piccolo as an earthbender. Oh yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. Yamcha. I don't know if he needs any bending powers. Maybe. Or you could use something entirely different, like, Sokka, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could be like a little Sokka character. you know, he could get all the ladies, because, Sokka apparently is able to have a lot of ladies despite not ever being like a bidder himself, but surprisingly enough, he still does his thing. Maybe. Like, he could be a tactician. Yeah. He could. But he's also a fighter, so. We'll see. Trunks. 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 Actually, before we do Trunks, let's do Tien first. Tien, I would have to say, Tien would be more on the side of either an airbender or an earthbender. I don't know. Both, maybe? Both? Yeah, probably both. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know. I don't know about Tien. That one's tough because, like, he has both those attitudes. So, you know what? Both Airbender and Earthbender. That's fine. Trunks. Back to Trunks. Okay. Trunks. I guess a Firebender too, because, like, even though, like, Vegeta definitely fits very perfectly as a Firebender, I would also say Trunks. Yes, he could be like the Prince Zuko of the Firebenders, minus wanting to chase the Avatar, and just having some, like, I don't know. Anyways, besides that, I would say it could definitely work. Definitely could work. Yeah. As a Firebender and stuff. And yeah, that's about it. Or I guess you could probably bitch it like Goten. The kids, Goten, not Airbender, I guess, and Kid Trunks also still Firebender. So we'll just keep it there. But yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm back. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for just the benders of the, or just braid slip. The main cast of Dragon Ball Z, how they would represent as a bender in the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, I think I might add a few more. Maybe next time I'll do this. I might probably do, like, maybe how the Naruto cast would do, like the main cast of the Naruto series, where we tackle that. That'd be a little bit more easier, and maybe just a few more like My Hero Academia and One Punch Man or stuff like that. But we'll save that for another time. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to another topic. Cons. So this year alone, I have went to 2 cons. So I went to first the Comic Con, which was really good, and Anime Con, which was, I think, a couple of months ago. It was a lot of fun. Both of them were just, oh man, it was great to, like, go to a con for this year. But there's the one that I've always wanted to go to for a very long time. I just never, unfortunately, have the finances to do so. But it's called DreamCon, and it's definitely over there in Texas, where my boys, RDC World One, host their events like every year, and I heard from there is, like, it's a pretty cool place to just, like, go there, have fun, and also play with black people. You know what I'm saying? So representation matters and stuff. So that'd be awesome to go there, like, absolutely, and maybe even hang out and talk to the people that essentially made me realize my potential of becoming a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like RDC World One, King Vader, and all them. So yeah, I could definitely go there. It's just that, like I said, it's the finances is the issue. So I definitely want to get there. It's just that at the moment I'm kind of broke. So yeah, I'm planning on going to a DreamCon at some point. So I might probably go maybe next few years, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on going to more cons for the next like couple years to try out some cool stuff and maybe even cosplay as like my favorite characters in a cool way next time. And yeah, just so many possibilities. And then next one would be, oh, okay. So what will I be watching and playing for this year? So for this year, I got some things to do. So for watching, I got some plenty of shows on my watch, like Vinland Saga. Um, Definitely want to see if I could catch up with Kroko's basketball at some point. But we'll see about that. Citadel, I heard that one is a really good one from Amazon Prime, so I might check that one out. Redfield is pretty good. Of course, the Super Mario Bros. Movie that I still have not watched yet, so I'm definitely gonna watch that. Uh, and definitely want to check on with the John Wick series because I just watched John Wick this year, just the first one. I need to finish that up. Like, I want to see the second, third, and fourth movie, and just like, go with that because it has like my favorite actor of all time. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I think I said his name right. Awesome. Yeah, definitely check that one out, and yeah, just plenty of relaxed movies here and there, I guess. Maybe and some shows there. Maybe even like go back to watching the shows I used to watch back in the day, like Teen Titans and all them, you know, Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory, Danny Phantom, maybe stuff like that. And for the games I'm gonna be playing, now I've not like streamed these gameplays yet, which I plan to do hopefully at some point. Again, with that, it's kind of just like there's some missing pieces there that is kind of preventing me from doing that. So I do plan on streaming, maybe on Twitch. We'll see. Or Discord. We'll see what happens. Right now I kind of like don't have like the equipment to stream some gameplay, so we'll see what happens. But otherwise, I'll have to say, yeah, there's some playing games I want to play. Like, of course, I want to finish up with the Spider-Man Miles Morales because I heard that Spider-Man 2 is coming up, so I'm gonna finish that one up. Jedi, wait, Jedi, Star Wars, the not Jedi Survivor, the Fallen Order, or what? I forgot what it's called. Jedi Order. I need to finish that one up. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sifu, and Ratchet Clank, I think, and plenty more. Like, I have a shit ton of games that I haven't yet played, but I do want to start eventually playing, and also Final Fantasy X because why not? But yeah, that and I guess Final Fantasy 16 because yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is pretty good from what I've heard or from what I've seen, and there's this other game that I do want to play, but Elden Ring. I definitely need to play that. So I'm gonna do that and God of War Ragnarok, and yeah, definitely some lists that I need to like complete to do that, and maybe even stream some videos here and there of my gameplay and my thoughts on the story and the lore and the gameplay. And that's pretty much about it. Now, my final topic here for tonight, and that is going to be some teasers for more animation videos to come. Now, for this one, I got some like cool new animations that I have coming up. The one I'm currently working on is Ninja Animation, and that one's gonna be. It's gonna take a bit of time because I'm kind of like, it's an ambitious project indeed. So, definitely stay tuned for that one, and also check out some of my animation videos that I just like posted on my YouTube channel too. Like I think I posted like a few ones that are doing pretty good. I think it needs just a little bit more likes and maybe some bit of comments here. So we'll see what happens. Definitely check those ones out. And yeah, like I got some like plenty of animation videos that I want to like start adding on to. Maybe some like animation videos of some of my stories too. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I just have some like projects are coming up. So a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do like a bit of a switch here. So to show you guys what's up, real quick. Oh no, this way. We'll just use this one. Let's see. Actually, hold up a second. Alright, I'm back. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys just a little bit on just the parts that I'm currently working on. So here we go. So this is the lighting part. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Just something light. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's all I'm going to show you guys for now. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to be able to do the whole ninja animation. So this is going to take me probably like a couple of days and maybe like 2 weeks to get this done. So this is going to take me quite a bit of time. But, you know, I'm very excited to see, or not even excited to see, I'm very excited to like go through this process and like be able to create these animations, because right now I'm kind of working on the part with the dog in it, and it's gonna be pretty cool. And just like using like a storyboard that I just created a couple of days ago as like a reference to make sure that I'm, you know, doing the scenes right, because sometimes whenever you do like animations, sometimes you actually need a storyboard to, you know, be able to do the animations. Of course, you really don't have to. You can like come with it on your own, especially if you're like very creative and stuff. You could just do whatever or not. I don't know. Just I think just to have like such like a big project, especially with this like animation project, I think it's best to just have like, you know, some references and some, you know, blueprint, and on top of that a storyboard to, you know, do your thing in. And that's what I pretty much did for my animation and stuff, is to pretty much do like a yeah, just like following how the storyboard is, kind of loosely. I might probably add some like new stuff to it as well, but I'm following loosely on how I just like draw and stuff. So yeah, as you could tell, there's gonna be a lot more stuff happening in the animation that I've just shown you guys. So stay tuned for that for next maybe a couple days or a couple weeks, depending on how it goes. Like I'll definitely like release it at some point with like the finished product and stuff, and I hope that you guys are gonna be able to enjoy that, because, you know, it is taking me a long time to like, you know, come up with such like a dope animation. But anyways, I think that's all I could say. I think we're kind of, I won't say running out of time, but like, you know, we're kind of like, you know, on the time of the outro. So yeah, we're here at the outro. So hope you guys enjoyed this Weeb Talk video. Again, I know sometimes it's all over the place. It's at this point, it is canon that everything is going on in Weeb Talk. So sometimes there could just be this and that going on, or sometimes me rambling. So at this point, it's pretty much canon that, you know, a lot of things could go down on Weeb Talk episode. And all I gotta say is just like, you know, I hope you guys are vibing with, you know, the Weeb Talk. And yeah, just like I said, I do want this to be a bit of a community where we can be able to like just like have a discussion on a lot of things. So like I mentioned in like the topics here, you know, with MK12, Spider-Man, and just like the cinematic universe, I really want to talk about that a little bit more with you guys, about like what is your idea of like a cinematic universe and how you want to do your thing. It's, say if you ever wanted to and stuff, just having like a good conversation about that. But yeah, definitely. There's a lot that we can do, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I hope that we're able to like pretty much do that, where we're able to like have a conversation. Maybe I'll do it on Discord if I ever get one, of course. So maybe that's what I'll do, as well as like, well, I would like to do it on YouTube. I would like to see if I could try to do that maybe on this Discord, maybe on something else, but we'll just have to see. Otherwise. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Weeb Talk episode. And yeah, I definitely want to come back for some more. So maybe for episode 23, we might probably come up with something even bigger. You never know. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I know this one's a bit rough because it's been quite a bit of time since I've done the Weeb Talk episode, but like, you know, you can bear with me on like a lot of things I might mess up on here, and hopefully next time I'll do a little better. But all I gotta say is, thank you guys so much for enjoying this video, and I hope we can have some discussions on the topics that we have talked about tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great night, great evening, good morning, or wherever you guys are gonna be watching this from. Um, like I always say, and all my videos, peace, love, and positivity to all, especially, you know, a lot that's been going on in the world, and just some crazy stuff that goes down. So let's just try to do our best to at least spread the love, and spread a little bit of positivity, because stuff has been like crazy. So let's just be able to do that. Anyways, this is your boy Shizeman21 signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Here we go. Oh, hold on. Weeb Talk. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.